What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kyle Pancis. If it's your first time tuning in, please be sure to smash the subscribe button. Today we are working back on my 2002 Saab 9.3 convertible, and if you guys watched one of the last episodes, we worked on the hydraulic line for one of the roof for the roof. It broke, so we fixed that. And I think I discussed in the last couple episodes of this car, we haven't done any major repairs to this car except for some normal maintenance since 2019, which is pretty impressive for an old Saab. This car has almost 180,000 miles on the body. On the engine trans, I think it's around 150 because a couple years ago we replaced that in this car. So car's been running pretty good, knock on wood, but there's been an issue that's persisted since 2018, and that is the driver's side inner shaft, CV shaft that goes into the trans. Boom, right there. We replaced in 2019 the passenger side. It's got an extender shaft and of course the joint, and that failed and the car was violently shaking under load. So we replaced that, but since then we still experience some vibration a little bit on the driver's side, and of course this one part is like $700, so I just said to myself, I'm not going to replace it until it really needs to be replaced because I can tolerate a little vibration under load. But now it's getting worse, which is not good. But I also, if you guys noticed, a couple months ago we did a video that the transmission was slipping in reverse, and I noticed something. When the wheel is straight, the car does not seem to slip as much in reverse than when the wheel is turned, which tells me that, again, it could lead, all roads could potentially lead back to this right here. So we're going to replace this as well as the tripod bearing that goes on the inside of the axle. This is the tripod bearing. These can also fail. It's got literally tri-bearings, all right? And this goes on the end of the axle shaft and goes into here and obviously rotates with the wheel accordingly. So let's hop into this. I'm going to take apart the driver's side axle and we'll put those parts in. Alright, just a quick update for you guys before we go back into a little time lapse here. You guys just watch me undo first off, we just pulled the brake bracket off with the 18mm. This is 3/4 of an inch or a 19 millimeter socket on the bolt for the ball joint here. Heated it up with some pressure with the joint separator. gave it a couple knocks, and it was set free. Obviously, this is not that old. We replaced all this last year with new bushings, and then I pulled off this 13 millimeter bolt nut that's holding in the right here, the sway bar linkage, and then this pushes down to release the ball joint to set this free. And the reason why we want to set that free is so we can go ahead and just push the axle out from the wheel hub. So that's what we're going to do now. Alright guys, so here it is. The old is out. So let me snip this and take this apart. It's gonna be a little messy, I'm sure. So here's the old cup. Here's the new one. So it's the same. The only thing I gotta take off is this little end here. Other than that, that's trash. This is the old bearing. Looks pretty decent, but we're gonna replace it, obviously. So I'm gonna clean up some of this grease. It's not going to be perfect, but that's all right. Put the new one on, reverse. Okay, that's back on. Put the circlip back on. Alright boys, we got some grease and we got some zip ties. So let's go ahead and grease up this CV joint, put everything together, and wrap it up, put it all back, take it for a test ride. Should be pretty solid. Get everything into place here. I can't get any more. Should be pretty solid. Zip tie was holding it on before. Zip tie can hold it on now. And that's it, boys. We got our new instrumentation on there. Nice and solid. If you guys notice, prior to this, there was play in the CV joint, and now there isn't, so that's a good sign. Let's put this back on now. Well, I went to go take this thing for a test ride, and all I heard was in both reverse and drive. So we took apart the car again, and as you can see, I have the axle inner shaft inside the trans, and the outer shaft with the CV joint out with the tri joint. So here's what was going on. That was holding place inside the transmission. There was no issues there. The issues arise with this. This was turning through the splines on the shaft. So obviously it's stripped. Now, maybe I put it on wrong, but I don't believe so. Or those splines were already stripping with the reverse gear, and when I took off the old one and put the new one on, it just kind of finished it off. And obviously with all the grease and everything in there, maybe I just didn't see it. Plus I didn't really actually look. I just assumed that it was something else. So in the interim, I'm going to have to I'm going to put this wheel back on for a minute and try to push the car forward so I can close the garage for the night, and then tomorrow there'll be a new part in and we'll try to wrap this up. So I'm hopefully maybe wrap it up in this video. If not, stay tuned for the next episode on this car. Alright guys, so got the Saab convertible on a tow truck going over to the Saab shop, and we're gonna have them fix the axle for me since I don't have time this week to knock it out. So stay tuned, we're gonna follow it over there. We did it. Hope you guys like this video. Please like, share, subscribe. We're gonna get this thing fixed up and back on the road. See you guys next time. All right, guys. We picked up the convertible here faster than I thought, which is great. And now we're gonna head home. Runs good. We've got no problems on this thing. So Mike took care of it for me. And now we have a brand new axle in there, and all is well. So like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.